Glory, 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 glory. It's my birthday. So, I wanted to share a few testimonies of God's greatness in my life, His mercies, His love, His favor, His manifestations. It's been amazing, It's been a roller coaster of different kind of emotions, joy, happiness. In 2021, I'm gonna start in 2021 around May or so. I went to bed. I did my prayers as usual, but I went to bed. But before going to bed, I remember vividly, my eyes like itched, or they didn't itch like the way they would normally itch. I was like, okay, let me just itch the eyes. I itched it because I used to wear lenses, and I ditched those lenses because that thing is bondage. I was like, okay, normal itching. I just itched my eyes. I went to bed. I woke up the next morning. It was one eye. Is it the left eye was so swollen? I'm like, what happened that my left eye is so swollen like this? Okay. I think that day I didn't have any school or work or anything, so I was at home throughout. That during as the day progressed, the eyes went down. I was like, okay, maybe I slept on the eyes or something, That following day, I slept again. But what woke me up was pains. Because during the night, if I remember, like 1 a.m. I woke up. The pain I felt in that eye, even the braids I had on, because I was like, what's going on? Went, looked at the mirror, my eyes were swollen, the pains. The braids I had on, I had twists. I took that twist off. They say there's a type of pain you feel, nobody will tell you you're feeling pain. I took that braids off. I said, these braids, maybe you're the one causing my eyes to pain. I took the braids off. Then what the eye will do is in the night it's gonna swell and pain, and then by morning it's gonna go down as if nothing happened. So I carried that eye like that for over a month. But the pains I was feeling during the night, I could not sleep. The pains were terrible. I was like, okay, let me finally go to the hospital. That was when I gave devil the what? I don't know. So I went to the first hospital. The doctor was like, oh, maybe it's just an infection or something. She prescribed antibiotics, amoxicillin. I should take it for 2 weeks. I took the amoxicillin for 2 weeks. It was like the amoxicillin was like, you have made matter worse. I was like, no, I cannot continue again. This pain is terrible, it's unbearable. All the pain medication I was taking, it was not doing anything. I was like, okay, let me go to the hospital now and see eye specialist. I went there. They put the machine in the eyes, look at what they were looking at. The man was like, with this level of inflammation, he needs to give me a steroid. But he doesn't want to give me a steroid because he knows how terrible steroids are. It was like, okay, he was going to give me antibiotics again. I was like, they have given me antibiotics, so it's like, okay, he will still give me the antibiotics to just see, because he doesn't want to give me steroids. Steroids they are very dangerous. I was like, at this point in time, anything people want to give me, just give to me, because the pain. I took another course of antibiotics again. Antibiotics do not do anything. Okay. I went back to the doctor. I had an appointment. I went back to the hospital. The doctor was like, okay, before he puts me on this medication, prednisone. It's not a medication they just hand over like it's biscuits. They needed to run a few tests to make sure everything was okay. They ran the test. I even remembered, no, they'll check your blood pressure, check your vitals. I was fine. It's like, okay, he was gonna start the prednisone, but after a week, I need to come back for him to make sure the medication is not causing damage. I took prednisone for a week. The inflammation will go down now. It was still doing the same thing, but at least this time there was no pain. So I was like, if you want to swell, that one is not my problem. So long as I'm not in any pain, that one doesn't affect me again. But the eyes will still swell a little bit. I took prednisone for that first week. I went back. They were running tests again. Mind you, I have gained weight like crazy because it's a steroid. I've gained weight. Like, I was starting to feel like I couldn't like walk very well because my lower back, I could literally feel like most of the weight was there. I couldn't walk and stuff. So I went back. He took my blood pressure. I remember that blood pressure very well. It was 152/100. The man was like, the doctor was like, how are you still talking? I'm like, I'm talking now. Because they had taken like they call it baseline vitals to just know and see everything was okay. The man said, this inflammation is not still going down. He doesn't know the reason why, but the pain, I'm like, I don't feel the pain anymore. My main concern is the pain. I'm not even concerned about the swelling. It's the pain, because you know, if you are in pain, you cannot sleep, you can't do nothing. I was like, it was like, this is strange. Normally by this time this thing should have gone down and stuff. It's like, okay, it's gonna, like, I should take the steroids again for like another week. I would have left that steroids matter alone. No, to carry myself, I took steroids. The following week, taking that steroids again. I said to walk a short distance was like, I don't know, I could not walk. I had gained weight. I had left from 185 pounds to 230 pounds within the space of 2 weeks. My mom was like, this weight, the way you're gaining weight now, this kind of this thing. I'm like, I just stopped, because you know with steroids they'll tell you, oh, you have to taper down. I'm like, I'm not tapering anything down. I stopped that steroids abruptly. I'm like, okay, the eyes were still swollen, but I'm not feeling the pains anymore. We'll pray this one out. That was how I gained weight. I could not walk. I did I had to go to the gym for like a month. Even before I started the gym, the medication I took now brought its own problem. My right leg started getting swollen. You know, like when somebody's like, your body's retaining water. That leg, right leg, did not go down. I started wearing compression bandages on my leg, because the leg will be so swollen, but I wasn't feeling pain. The doctor was like, which one is this one again? They sent me to do Doppler to check the leg to see. They said everything was okay. Doctor said we are going to run more tests, because he doesn't understand what's going on. They checked hormones, checked whatever they were checking. Everything came back normal. Doctor said, okay, he wants a full body CT scan to see what's going on. I went and just poured my $600 to do full body CT scan. Scan came back, everything was normal. Medication I took, signs, issues, the whole through 2021, 2022. I remember even like the beginning part of 2023. Me and my leg, right leg, is compression socks, tying upon tying. Every day is compression socks. Even that eye self, sometimes it will still swell and go down. The doctor was like, oh, maybe he's suspecting cancer. I said, cancer from where to where? From where to where? I don't want to hear that one. He checked, he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, you have sarcoidosis, it doesn't have any treatment, you just have to live with this for the rest of your life. I'm like, where I come from, sickness is not part of my DNA. The only reason I came to this hospital was pain, and I still regretted coming to this hospital because it was just like you guys are using me to play chess. You're just trying to see which piece fits and which piece doesn't fit. That was how that one. Sometimes I will get up, I cannot even see. I say I cannot see. I will wake up, everywhere is just blanked out. I'm like, what's because of one stupid medication that I took at the beginning of 2023. I'm like, okay, me and all this swelling, this I say no, we are not doing this thing again. That was our prayer. You say prayer and fasting. We prayed and fasted. That one passed. 2023 went through. Everything was okay. 2024. I remembered in April I filed for my citizenship because I had stayed here 5 years, so I was able to file for citizenship. I was excited. I filed, submitted all the documents. They had sent me a document, and the funniest thing is I was even checking online too. Every day I would check, and then to just make sure I don't miss any information or miss any important date. I waited. I was going on. So later on, they sent me an email that I missed an appointment for my fingerprinting. And here in America, you don't when it comes to all this office matter, they don't joke. I'm like, how did I miss appointments? Not knowing they had sent the letter, but the people, because we had some people living in our house, so when they moved to their own house, I don't know how they did the home address change or what. It changed all of our addresses to the new apartment that they moved to. So they sent the letter to them. For them to have just called and say, okay, your letter is with us, come and carry. They sent the letter back to post office. And by the time the letter got to me, interview date has passed. Not interview date, the date for the fingerprinting has passed. I called the office. They're like, oh, they sent a mail to me, even an email. I'm like, all these things people are saying, I didn't see all these things. They say, okay, they will just try to look for another available date and then put me in. I'm like, okay. I waited for a month. I called them. The lady said, oh, I should just keep waiting. The moment I ended that call, few hours after that, they sent me an email that I should not contact them again concerning any reschedule of any distance. I'm like, I just told my mom, I said, don't worry, I shall know what to do. I pray though. They say, if there is a man to pray, they say God to answer. Is that kind of prayer you will do? I prayed. 3 days later, they sent me a new schedule. I'm like, sure, you people don't know the God I serve is bigger than you. They sent me a new schedule. I'm like, okay, this is good. This is amazing. New schedule, new date. I went, did the fingerprint and everything. Went for the interview. Everything was good though. When it was the day for me to go in for because I passed the interview, on the day I was supposed to go in for swearing, they had sent me the email, right? Like your swearing in letter. I checked everything, checked the date, I wrote down, I put it in my head. Interview, the swearing time is 10 a.m. I went to my mom's room. I told her. I said 10 a.m. I checked the date, checked all the location, everything. So on that morning, when it was supposed to be the swearing day, I woke up. I was like, you're singing, you're jubilating. Holy Spirit said, go back and check that letter again. I said, Holy Spirit, it's 10 o'clock now. And no, 10 a.m. Holy Spirit said, go back and look at that letter again. I got my phone, open it. Tell me why the time is 9 a.m., not 10 a.m. I went to my mom's room and I said, Mommy, let this time they say 9 a.m. Mommy said, you told me 10 a.m. I said, Mommy, is it not letter? I said, okay. Because I was feeling relaxed. I'm like, okay, I need to leave this house because getting to downtown and the traffic and everything in this morning, it's already like almost 8:08. My dad said, okay, since it's downtown, most times they don't have parking in downtown, so we'll drive to the train station, park the car, and then get on the train station and then go to downtown because it will be very difficult to see parking. We got on the train. My dad is like, let me see that address. It's like, this is it's not even downtown, like downtown. We got off the train. It's like, no, let's get off the train. So we got off the train, went back, got into the car. It's like, okay, let me put the address in the GPS. I put address in the GPS. When we reached location, I looked at my dad looked at me. We came out. I'm like, what kind of area have you carried us like this? My dad said, are you sure you put this address correctly? Give me the address. So he put the address in his own phone. Address say you have arrived. We are looking at the place. This is not the place. Mind you, I was already running late. So we saw one of these people who deliver mails. We showed the address to her. The lady was like, no, you guys, people who deliver mails, they know the city pretty very well. She's like, no, you guys are in the wrong place. But we are putting it on the address. Address is saying you have arrived. I said, Daddy, let us all leave the app. Come out from the app, all the location app. Leave it. We clear everything. We put it back. Address say it's showing 20 minutes away. I said, okay. Daddy said, let's go. See, we're good. I said, let's just go. As we're going, I'm speaking in tongues. So, speaking in tongues. We got there, was like past 10. But he was like, you just go. I'll go and look for parking. If I don't see parking, at least you have entered and you have done the story. We got in. I was running. The people doing the checking were like, okay, calm down. Just calm down. You're okay. You're good. I did the checking. Got in, they did the swearing and everything. I said, devil, you lie. Cause me missing that swearing in, to even get another day for swearing in, it might not even be they might even put you a year later because that one passed. I did my passport, because I needed to travel. I traveled for IPPC, came back, everything was beautiful. Then the school, I don't even want to even start the issue I had to school. That one is that one, let me just leave that one like that somewhere. 2025 started. I kid you not, 2025 was, I would say, one of the best years, for me, being in America. Everything was just going boom, boom, boom. I remember by the end of January, I was like, I need to get a gift for myself because my birthday was coming up. I bought my car. I took my board exams, I passed, celebrated my birthday. I started working as a licensed nurse. Then I applied now to go back to school for my RN. So everything was just boom, 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 boom. Everything was just going so sweet, you're enjoying life. You're like, okay, life is going very well. So I remember that was September. Throughout the month of September, it was a really roller coaster. Missing accidents left, right. I was like, what's going on? No, from August to September, yes, because my school is like I have to drive out of Chicago to go to my school. So the accidents were just like, I'm like, something is not right somewhere. So I prayed. I prayed, gave sowed seeds, healing school, Rhapsody. I remember those accidents. There was one that it felt like, a supernatural phenomenon, I would say. Because I remember driving to church on one Sunday morning. It was the red light. I stood on the red light. Okay. So the light has turned green. I was supposed to turn left. And as I was turning left, the other car from the other direction, their light was already red. But it felt like that car went through my car. I cannot even begin to explain it because it was just so supernatural. I don't even know. My two sisters were in the back. I looked at them. I'm like, what's going on? That one passed. The other time I was driving to school in the morning, the guy in front of me stood in the only to turn left. Oga, light has changed. For this guy to turn left, he started going straight. I'm like, what are you doing? So I think maybe he realized himself and then he turned left. The other car from the other direction saw what happened. It was supposed to slow down. This guy was coming with speed. And then when I turned, it was like I was going to like maybe hit the other side. I'm like, that's my car, not me. It's not possible. It's not possible. So all the series of accidents, it was just like near misses left and right. So I prayed, fasted. I remember on that Saturday, I was leaving on the Tuesday, because that week, is it Tuesday? No, Saturday, I went to work. As I got into my car, I was like, Holy Spirit, why have all these accidents left, right, center? The Holy Spirit just ministered to me that, they are trying to cripple you. I'm like, cripple me? It's not possible. You cannot cripple me. Not knowing what was going to happen the following week. So on that Tuesday, we went for an ending praise. It was so, we're happy, we sang. Wednesday, because I was supposed to start semester that Wednesday. Me, when semester is starting, I'm always very happy, excited. I'm like, okay, I've rested in the house for a very long time. Let me go back to school. But that Wednesday, I just felt a heaviness in my spirit. I was like, I don't even want to go to this school. I'm tired. What? School? What's this? So as I left for school, Holy Spirit was just like speaking in tongues. I was speaking in tongues. And then my mom too, that day, her spirit was like, Holy Spirit was like, you guys should pray. So she carried my sister. So that's how they were praying in the living room. Me, I've gone to school. I came back. Usually when I come back, I always like to park in front of the house, because knowing that the next day I get up sometimes like maybe 4 a.m., 5 a.m. because my school is out of Chicago. I need to drive like maybe an hour, or sometimes an hour, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, depending on how traffic is. I always like to park in the front of the house. But that day I came back from school, Holy Spirit said, don't park in front of the house. I'm like, okay. But I have school tomorrow. I'm like, okay. I just parked away like in the next street. My mom too had come from work that morning. Holy Spirit said, don't park in front of the house. But she went and looked for parking. She didn't see parking. So she parked directly in front of the house. That was where she parked. So I came back, because I came back in the evening, I did my assignments for that week, did everything. I called one of my classmates. We're in the same class. We spoke. I was like, I'm gonna see you in school tomorrow. Call the other person, he's behind me, um, um, like a semester behind me. He spoke. I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna see you in school tomorrow. Holy Spirit said, don't worry, I said, we're not going to school tomorrow. I'm like, ah. Usually, if my class is not in the morning, I sleep like maybe 1 a.m., 2 a.m. And then if I have a class in the morning, because I need to get up, sometimes I'll be sleeping by 11 p.m. in the night. So around 11 p.m. now, I wanted to sleep. I felt this heaviness in my spirit, like something was going to happen. But the image that came up was my younger brother. I was like, you lie. So I prayed and I canceled that prayer. I canceled it. Holy Spirit said, don't sleep. But I'm like, Holy Spirit, I'm tired now. Let me just sleep. Holy Spirit said, okay, madam, sleep. I slept. Around a few minutes to like 2 a.m. I just heard my mom screaming. First of all, my dad's name, Simon. Julia, I said, why is mommy screaming like this? What's happening? I just jumped off of my bed, ran into the living room. My mom was like, we are on fire. So I looked at my dad looked at me. There's no fire in their room, there's no fire in my room, there's no fire in the living room, there's no fire in the kitchen. So where is this fire coming from? My dad was like, my mom was like, we are on fire. So I was following my dad behind. I'm like, okay, let's go and do investigation. The moment my father opened that door, because when my mom opened the door, she saw but smoke. So I think maybe when she opened that door, she feed down like oxygen to the smoke. So when we came, my dad opened that door. The fire that entered the kitchen, he just slammed the door. The next thing I heard, my mom was like, Julia, call 911. I ran to my room. I picked my phone. I was on the phone with 911. I'm talking. I'm like, because I was talking pretty fast. The woman is like, I can't hear. I'm like, I was like, okay. She's like, calm down. I'm like, okay, I'm calm. There is fire. I gave the home address. My dad was like, okay, let him try to see if we can use the front door, because now we are doing organized heist. Because at this point in time, my mom was grabbing the documents. I'm on the phone with 911. I'm grabbing my document back. She's grabbing her own document back with my sister's document back. So my dad had left the front door open because we cannot use the front door. There's fire in the back porch. There's fire in the front porch. Okay, I ran now. All of us, we went to their own room. My mom was just like, we are going through the window. So my dad now was the one tying bed sheets tied on the rod outside. My mom is still trying to grab this. I'm in my own side. So I finally got my document bag, ran into their own room. My mom was like, do not leave any door open. I said, okay. Operation, run back. I ran back, closed the front door, closed their own room door. I took a towel, put it under their door. Thank God, bottle of water was like on the table in the room. I grabbed the bottle of water, I was throwing it on the towel. So just to keep the smoke, like contain the fire. They tied the bed sheets, tied it. My father carried the youngest one. They went down. They sent the other one. My mom went down. You know, you're on the phone. 911. 911 is like, oh, how many of you are there? I'm like, we are 5 of us. She's like, okay, just stay put. Help is coming. My mom said, madam, come and jump. Which help? Come and jump. And when I went to that window, I'm like, when they'll be telling me don't eat food though, you're fat though, I will not listen. I'm like, Holy Spirit, will I be able to jump in this window? When I put my head passed, I'm like, so long as my head has passed, my body will pass. That one. I carry my document back. I just dropped my phone there. Threw it down. I was going down like Spider-Man, Spider-Woman. Chuck. I went down. If somebody had told me the day before that by 2 a.m. the next day, you and your family will be jumping from the window, I'll say, my dear, you don't know what you're saying. That's a lie. That is not possible. It cannot be possible. But we jumped from the window. That fire was so severe in the way. I pity the firefighters, because from 2 a.m. they succeeded in putting that fire out by 7 a.m. They used the first truck. Water got finished. Brought the second truck. They connected to the fire hydrants. Like all the 4 fire hydrants around the street, they had to connect. They even had to connect like a street further down, because they were pumping water. Fire was not going off. We lost 3 people. Our neighbor, the wife was trying to go down with the 18 months baby. She and the baby fell from the 3rd floor. The man died in that fire with the 2 sons. It was so heartbreaking, because this man, when you say the American dream, people come to America and then you struggle and struggle and struggle, and he has gotten to a point where he can now enjoy with him and his family, and then death comes and then wipes the entire family out. It was so heartbreaking. Even up to now, the building is still on shutdown. They are not letting anybody get in. They say they are doing investigation. These lawyers will come, this one will come, they want to sue this, they don't want to sue this. So it was just a lot. But to the glory of God. To the glory of God. I am here, my family is here, and we are grateful to God for His love, His kindness, His favor, His blessings, His grace. I cannot thank Him enough, but I'm grateful. That's all I can say. I'm grateful to God for everything He has done. I'm grateful.